Do 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 do. Vegan prepper. Do 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 do. Vegan prepper. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us for our latest couple chat. And so we're bringing you hopefully a kind of exciting episode. We're going to be talking about a couple hot button issues, but also sharing some cutesy little life update stuff. So hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah. So first off, I guess kind of the life update, like what's been going on with us.
I've been working a lot.
Yeah.
So this is a busy time of the year for me. So I've been working a lot, but I've gotten to get some stuff taken care of here at the house. And I guess the big thing is getting the drip system started. Hopefully it gets finished today. So we're doing automatic watering for our eight garden beds. For now, it will probably expand at some point, but for now, the garden beds. So, yeah.
I know. I got back from church, so I'm already like, amen.
So we're gonna have soaker hose, drip system, and all the beds, and it's set up on a timer, so it will happen automatically, and hopefully that kind of supercharges our gardening for the summer, because it will be consistently watered and consistently moist. It's hot and dry here.
Yep.
So
I've been doing this for 6 years by myself, just me. I mean, you help sometimes.
Occasionally.
You do help sometimes, like watering throughout the summer and like not having to do that. I can't even tell you. I mean, you can tell I'm a little excited, right? Like so happy right now. Just at the idea, I feel it's like a huge weight. Because yeah, it is like, wanting to be more and more focusing more and more on food security and making sure that, we're producing as much of our own food as we can. We just sort of want to do that for ourselves budget wise. And it was a goal that we were going after since, long before COVID ever hit, but even especially with that. And then like concerns coming out, I think probably kind of reasonable concerns about the security of our food supply and all of that. So it's just, getting it out there. But now when I first started, I think we had like 2 beds and we've expanded. We have 8 beds out there now, plus trees, plus grapevines, plus, well, actually 9 beds if you count the one where the moringa is, where I'm about to install a moringa grove. I'm going to be having a video. It's my very first long format video ever. So I shouldn't even be talking about it because I'm probably not going to put it out until like October, but I'm going to go through the entire process of planting and growing moringa and like show the growth and how fast it grows and all that. And I'm doing that like over in that oval bed. I'm going to plant like 10 more moringa trees, and yeah, there's a lot going on out there. So not having to spend like 2 hours a day watering to keep everything alive is like amazing. So yeah, it takes a really long time because you have to do it multiple times. So anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to water a lot when it's 115 degrees outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
still not as much water usage as grass though. If somebody like is like, why are you trying to grow anything in the desert? But also, considering how large the garden is, I don't know. Yeah, it's not unreasonable. But also, last year I didn't water hardly at all. Just so busy with sage. Mm-hmm. And we were still pulling stuff in because of the way that we have set the yard up. And I've talked a lot about that in my videos on setting yards up for not needing quite as much water, protecting from the heat and all that. Because I don't know, I'm not really an expert on many things, but I feel every year I become a little bit more of an expert on gardening and extreme heat. So, so anyway, yeah. But yeah, anyway, exciting.
Yep.
I took over your news.
That's cool.
I'm just so happy. Okay. I get excited. Okay.
So yes, hopefully that will be completed today.
Yeah.
I have all the pieces I need, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a kind of ritzy neighborhood over by where I work, and periodically I will drive through there because they do bulk trash pickup, so they just stack their stuff on the side of the road. So I'll go through there occasionally and see if they've thrown away anything that's actually good, which is frequently. I think there's some other people that do it too, because sometimes I'll see something really good and won't have time to pick it up right then, and I'll go back and it'll be gone. But
you got to drive through and get the rich people trash, okay? This is how we roll, okay? In case you didn't know this about us.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
So anyway, there was this pool slide. It's like maybe like a 4-foot tall pool slide. Mm-hmm. And one of the legs was broken on it. And so it was in the bulk trash. And me being me, I just see that as a perfectly good slide. And I've been wanting to get Sage a slide for the backyard anyways, because she has a slide at church that she loves. So I thought, cool, I'll grab the slide. So I threw it in the back of the truck and brought it home. And I spent an hour yesterday. I was putting it back together. Mm-hmm. And I didn't need to go buy anything for it. Actually needed to replace the leg that was broken. And I just scrounged through my scrap stuff, and I happened to find a piece of tubing that was the same size, and I just stuck it on the vise and bent it to the right shape, and now we have a fully functional slide for her.
Yeah, I screwed in like some wood supports and you really got it nice and solid. Yeah. It's funny. I was like, it's out through our window, but I don't think they can see it. It's probably too bright for them to see through the window. It's out there right now. She was having so much fun. I can insert a picture here of her on the slide. Super happy. So yeah, she's thrilled. Yeah, it's just cool. Really cool, like doing a no spend month, and I keep like stuff keeps like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like stuff keeps falling in my lap. We just learned about, is it no spend something? I'll put it down below, and I'll also like right here what this thing is called. It's like no spending or nospending.org or something like that, where it's like micro groups in small communities that get together to share without having to purchase things. And so my friend actually just let me know about this Facebook group, and so I joined my local Facebook group, but you might be able to find one in your area to source things outside of commerce, and like let it be like grassroots, right? People helping people, which is the way it's like supposed to be. And then stuff doesn't end in landfills, and it's just great. I think it's great. So
yeah, it's amazing how much, I mean, you grow out of stuff in more than just size, but you've bought a thing 10 years ago that's not you anymore. Mm-hmm. And that might be somebody today. And it's really easy to just remove that from your life. It gives you the space that you desire and move it into somebody else's life, and it's something they're blessed with. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about the possibility of starting to post stuff there instead of just taking it to Goodwill. Yeah. I don't actually, like, a lot of people have issues with Goodwill. I understand, whatever. I understand kind of, but that's still where people go, like, to get the stuff. So I'm not concerned so much about the CEO and his salary. I'm concerned about the people who are looking for something when they can't afford, regular prices, and they need, a good thing. So I'm giving it for the people who get it, not because, whatever company. And that's the thing too. People think all the time is like, you're going to stick it to the man. It's like, well, you stick it to the man, but he's not the one who feels the stick. It's the people below are the ones who lose out on that. So anyway, we need other solutions, but yeah, that's like getting in a whole other talk, but still, I kind of like the idea of being able to post some things and get a direct thing. And so currently right now, of course, for safety, it's just like leaving stuff on the porch, and then people will come and take it. Like, you work out your pickup time and stuff. So anyway, it's just really cool. So I will, give you that information. And then for me, I'm laughing so hard. Like, what's my life update? I found a pasta at Whole Foods. I wanted to share with people. Don't you laugh at me. I was telling him.
I'm not laughing. I'm grinning boisterously.
It's fine. You can laugh at me. Because I was laughing because I was like, oh my gosh, like Whole Foods has their own brand of bean pasta now, and I'm gonna try this out. So the bean pastas are good, but they're extremely expensive, like for what you get. And then these are still, I think it's like $3 for 8 ounces, so that's not as much pasta. But especially like for Sage, pasta is one of the things that consistently she will eat no matter what. And so this is just a way of getting extra nutrition into her. So tons of protein, calcium, iron, and potassium, particularly in this one because it's made of chickpeas. And then this, though, is the one I got really excited about because these are the kinds of things that excite me. So again, it was like $3, but this is lasagna. So it's yellow lentil and brown rice pasta. I'm actually going to be making this tonight as our Sunday meal. And the reason it excited me was because it is kind of expensive, of course, but this is lasagna noodles, and this box is going to make an entire 9x13 pan of lasagna. So obviously, if I was trying to cook 8 ounces of pasta for this family, it would disappear. Like not even get through the whole family. But a big 9x13 thing of lasagna is different. And then I use the Hummus Sapien recipe, which I will also link down below, which is the best lasagna recipe vegan in the world. You use a tofu ricotta, and it's absolutely delicious. And yeah, I don't mean to keep talking about this for too long, but I just thought I'd like point out that they have some of these, and they are still pricier, obviously, than like regular pasta, but it's one of the cheapest bean-based pastas I've ever seen, possibly the cheapest I've ever seen. And then, like I said, I'm really excited about the lasagna. I'm going to try that out, and I will definitely let you guys know how the lasagna turns out. But yeah, because this is like, ooh, I can make lasagna. I'm so boring. I don't even know what is my life, you know? But yeah, and then just sort of working lately on putting out more videos and getting more content out. I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's been a lot more videos coming out, and I want to definitely be increasing a lot of production quality, but unfortunately, kind of just the way life is and the way things are, it ends up being like, oh my gosh, I could make a video of this. Let's film something like right now. And yeah, so it very much comes across that way, but hopefully the information is still good, and you know, eventually I'll be able to like actually plan and like put a lot of thought into something and then plan to film and then be able to film and not have to drive somebody to practice or dance class or what, you know, like then all the cooking and then all the, you know,
Yep.
That is what I do.
I'll probably be getting a few more videos out of me stuff.
Yeah.
Once work settles down a bit. But
we have to get more of you on the channel.
Yeah.
I feel like you're the one people want.
I don't think that's true.
Well, you're the one like the serious prepper people want. And I'm just over here like vegan prepper, like
in reality she knows way more than I do about that stuff. But
oh gosh. I don't know. I'm sure like it's not just like being, well, obviously this is kind of, I'm sort of like that's kind of how I am. But I don't know. Also, there's part of me that's kind of making fun of how serious most of the prepper channels are, which I guess typically they're talking about kind of serious stuff, but it's like,
yeah,
I'm a tough man with my prepping and my guns and my blah, 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 you know, and I don't know, explosions and seriousness and
I don't know. It's funny, people think what they think about Bear Grylls, but one of the most important things I think he said during his Man vs. Wild series was just how important little bits of positivity are when you're in bad situations, where if you can just do a little thing to uplift yourself during a survival situation, how that's a total game changer for the reality of your survival, where you're more likely to survive if you can find that bit of hope. So yeah, I think in prepping and survivalism and all this, where we are technically preparing for the possibility of bad things happening, but staying in a positive mindset is super important in every area of life. So
Yeah.
keep prepping fun and happy too.
Yeah. That's why I love you.
Because I'm fun and happy?
No, not really. That's my job. No, I don't know. You just like, you put everything so well. I don't know. I like that. Well, yeah, and I think well, this is getting off on a tangent I wasn't meaning to get off on, but I'll just keep it very brief, that there's like this kind of, I used to notice it when I was younger too. It's like, it's sophisticated and it's cool to be upset and angry and like, and like, if you're happy or you're positive, then that means that you must be dumb, or you must not know what's going on, or you must, you know, like there's this kind of view of seriousness as like the ultimate and the best. It's like, I don't know. I mean, it's not that I'm not serious. I'm actually, you know, you can vouch for this, that I'm actually a deeply serious person. Oh man, like almost any topic I could turn into like real, like deep conversation. But I don't like, I just, for me personally, especially with a lot of the things that I've been through in my own life, I don't come from the best background. I don't have the happiest childhood like many people out there. And for me, a lot of it is that choice to be happy is not an ignorant thing. It's almost, for me, it's almost like a rebellious thing. It's like, oh yeah, you don't get to change my mood. I'm still going to be happy. You know, so I'm just going to be happy all the time. As much as I can. I feel like that's the bravest and strongest decision almost anybody can make, is choosing to be positive and happy in the face of whatever is coming at you. I always so admire, like when I watch the movies, my favorite characters, you know, like in the battle scenes or whatever, are always the ones who were like, ha ha, like laughing with the battle coming. You know, there's the guy over here peeing his pants and the guy over here like, you know, all serious and stoic. And then there's the one that's like, yes, and he like drinks something and like runs there. You know, and I feel like that's kind of my character. But yeah, anyway. Okay, cool. That's it. So that was all free.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk about our first week of our eating plan, healthy eating plan, and our no spend. And I guess we'll try to keep this brief. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what was your experience during
first week experience early on was 100% rebellion of my mind and body to the whole thing. All I wanted to do was just blow money on dumb stuff and eat chips. I don't know.
It's so funny because except you're not the one that blows money on dumb stuff.
No.
You are the chip eater.
Yes.
Me too.
I'm a chip eater. 100%.
Oh yeah. We love our chips.
So yeah, I don't know. Normally when I decide I'm going to do some healthy eating plan, I'm just like, yep, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
If I'm typically 1 month before a race, I will go on a pretty extreme healthy eating, and I'm good to go. This time it was like, nah, all I want to do is eat junk. Just want candy and chips and sodas, and I want to eat all the things that I shouldn't eat. So yeah, but I've pretty much gotten over it. It was like 3 or 4 days. I was just like, this sucks, and I can't wait for May.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel pretty good. I went for I guess it's a long run for how long I've been running recently. This is 4 miles in my sandals. Trail run yesterday. Felt awesome. So I haven't been able to run in 3 weeks, I think, just because stuff's been busy and I've been doing other things. But yeah, I felt good, and it's always nice to go out and feel good. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's about it for me.
Yeah, awesome.
How about you?
Well, I'm realizing I can't believe I didn't include in my life update that I just signed up for my first race.
Indeed.
I did. I signed up for a 5K at the end of May. And so it's a virtual race, but it is with survivalinternational.org. Great.
We should link that in the thing if we can do that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll link that down below. And so it is an organization that fights to protect indigenous rights around the world. And so that is like so near and dear to my heart. I read these stories. See, here I go. I read these stories and I'm like, I can't, like, my heart breaks for what a lot of these people are dealing with. Especially, I mean, so many places, of course, but especially right now, the deforestation of the Amazon, which hits so many of my buttons, my vegan buttons, because the reason they're doing it is because they're trying to clear farmland to plant grain for cows, you know, so destroying the rainforest for freaking meat. So anyway, sorry. This is my veganness, but also obviously that's these people's home.
Yeah.
And so the fact that these, you know, the indigenous who live and who have lived there for, you know, they have, you know, managed to live this life for all of this time, and they don't own that land, you know, and it's just so sad. Anyway, so fighting for indigenous rights around the world, and I think that's great. So yeah, that's part of my life update too. So I will definitely link that down below. But yeah, so for me, my first week of my eating healthy and the no spend thing, well, I haven't actually really like 100% been doing maximum weight loss. I've been doing a lot of starch solution. So little differences there. Just because it's a lot easier to eat with my family if I'm doing more starch solution. So that has been, but I have been trying, for the most part, like when it's only me, I'm doing maximum weight loss. But like, you know, for instance, this would be starch solution, a pasta, even though it's made of beans or whatever. But anyway, oh, but this one's also brown rice. Anyway, it's still processed. It's still a flour, you know. So anyway, so that would technically be more starch solution than maximum weight loss, but I'm working at it. So like my meal I'm eating almost every single day, like I try to meal prep it and make extra, and then I just eat it twice that day. This like cucumber and chickpea thing I do with balsamic vinegar and salt, and it's like so good. And there's just like so many things about that you're just like he hates chickpeas and he hates cucumbers. You do like balsamic vinegar and salt.
I do.
You can drink the juice at the end or something. Anyway,
like, seriously, some of the worst foods for me. I cannot stand those foods.
I'll put asparagus in there too.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, yeah, so that's like my favorite thing right now. It's so delicious. And yeah, so for me personally though, like you were talking about being angry, for me it was like so much, like I didn't expect it to be such a spiritual experience, like realizing how much of my coping mechanisms are tied up in eating. Well, I mean, obviously, right? Like I'm not, you know, that's not something that's a surprise, but the spending money, like being able to buy a little thing here and there to distract myself. And so for me, it's never been like crazy large purchases. It's been like a little like, I was like, I just feel, I just want to go get myself a little tea somewhere, or like a little thing, you know, like those moments. And so having to kind of really dig deep and find alternatives. And it's been actually kind of a beautiful thing. I've been doing a lot more painting. I've been just sort of like figuring out how can I, instead of just like feeding those moments of discomfort and pain, like finding out how can I nourish that instead, you know, and, you know, do something that's like really good, and get to actually like exercise creativity and do, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, it's been great. So, digging deep and figuring out other ways has been really awesome for me. But just in general too, feeling awake, kind of amazing all the time. I've been having a lot more energy, and just feeling good. And I'm also really surprised at how much more relaxed I am in a lot of ways. And I'm feeling a lot more present, just because it's like, there's never an option to, oh, I'm tired, I don't have time, let's just grab Chipotle, or let's just do this. And then, you know, really focusing in on planning. So I'm noticing myself beginning to like plan, you know, so like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, what are we doing for lunch? And I start getting that going, and then we have lunch ready, you know, and so it's just sort of figuring out, I don't know, setting myself up for success. And I'm surprised at how relaxed I am, and how it's like there's not even an option to go out. So I'm just like present at home and never like, what are we going to do? I don't know. We'll probably do something at home. So, you know, it's just kind of nice. Anyway, but yeah, that's kind of what I've noticed. It's been good. Oh yeah, but moving forward, I'm going to be working at being even more closer to the maximum weight loss. Oh yeah, I've lost like 3 pounds. So, yeah.
I haven't lost any pounds, so.
Yeah. It's definitely not only for weight loss. So I think that that's a great thing to see, that you eat and like, it's whatever you're wanting it to be. So if you're more of an athlete and you're working out and building muscle, then that's fine. And then if you're wanting to, you know, lose weight, then that's how it works too. So, anyway, yeah.
I can eat all the potatoes I want. Shucks.
Oh no, it's miserable. Yeah, I do too. I just have to have veggies with it. So yeah, which does not suck actually. I'm loving the vegetables. Eating all those vegetables. I don't know. I just get like buzzy, you know, like just buzzing and humming with energy. It's really awesome. I'm loving it. So yeah. Okay, and I guess, we're already at 20 minutes just in this segment. I wonder how long this has been. Oh well. If people want the good stuff, they have to wait till the end, I guess.
Yeah.
So, what is the thing we're going to discuss?
Vaccine passport.
Oh.
This has been in the news and everywhere in the last week or so, couple of weeks maybe. This idea that, or this thing, you would have to get this passport that says that you've been vaccinated so that you can travel and go places. Yeah, this is already in place in certain countries. Mm-hmm. Like if you want to go to the movie theater, you have to prove that you've been vaccinated.
I know Israel is basically, yes. Like everything. If you want to go do anything, you have to prove that you've been vaccinated. Yeah. Yep. So, you know, we'll see how it works out in those places.
Yeah, and it's interesting, like the backlash that is happening to places that are saying that we don't support this.
Right.
So,
backlash is all anybody knows how to do anymore, it seems, is have backlash. And, you know.
If you don't agree with the narrative, canceled.
Or, you don't agree with me, so you must be a horrible person, and you hate people, and you're just terrible, and all, like...
Yep.
What? Like, when did that happen? Like, when did we lose our ability to disagree? That's the, like...
Civilly.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of toddlers running the show. And I wasn't going to talk about stuff like this on the channel. Like, I wasn't planning on doing opinion stuff, because for me personally, and again, this is also my opinion, I might have already said this. I know I've said it a million times, but I might not have posted those videos. But for me personally, I feel like opinion is like the lowest form of information. So you hear what a person thinks, and that's great, but like I still will form my own conclusions, like looking around and stuff. And it's not that I don't care about what other people think, because I actually do. I go and I seek that out. I seek out, what do you think? What do you think? Especially the people that don't agree with me. I want to know what they think, and I want to know why they think it, so that I can understand their perspective. And that is not something I'm just saying like to try and make myself look cool. It's like, no, literally, I want to understand why you feel the way you feel, because it's just like this idea that we could have one blanket solution for everyone, or one blanket thing for, like, you just can't. Like, every situation is different. Every person is different. I don't know. And so, yeah, just like this whole thing. So I'm just saying all that, like, I don't know. But I feel too, like I just see more and more, it seems like it's just getting worse and worse, that whole, like, toddlers throwing a fit thing. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if other people just don't have a 2-year-old at home, or, well, she's 3 now, but I just like, I've been feeling like this whole time I look and I'm like, that looks like what Sage does when she doesn't get her way, you know, like the way people act. So I don't know. Anyway, we are pretty staunchly against the idea of a vaccine passport.
Yes.
Officially. So we will say what our opinion is. I can't like be super mega ultra inclusive forever. But ultimately, I also like, if you are for vaccine passports, I don't know, that's fine. You can be for that.
Here's the thing for me, is that here's not opinion. Fact is that there are laws in place to protect the medical privacy. There are information of our medical information private. There are laws in place that we don't have to talk about our medical conditions. We don't have to talk about our medical history, and people are not allowed to ask about that information because it is protected by laws. So if a vaccine passport is going to be a thing, they're going to have to either change or ignore those laws that protect our medical privacy. So getting a vaccine is medical information, and that is protected by law. So yeah, my question is the law going to be changed, or is the law going to be ignored in this instance? And if that's the case, then that's going to set a precedent for all of our medical information in the future. So it will be, because of the greater good, now your privacy is not private anymore. And that is a concern to me.
Right.
On a lot of levels.
It is that very thing right there, where now we can change or ignore laws that have been put in place to protect you because we're actually protecting everyone. And that is like, you start opening that can of worms, and it's like, so like we had like the Patriot Act, which was also like seriously invading privacy after, you know, September 11th. And that's like, oh, like everybody says, oh, it's only like, I think in Britain specifically, because I've been watching what's been going on in the UK, because I think that they're a lot closer to making that decision than we are here in America. It's one thing about here, you know, we're kind of rebellious. We don't like people telling us what to do. That's like it's a very American, that's like our whole country started because we didn't like people telling us what to do. So we made our own country. Okay. So it's like, that's how we started. So that is a very, very American thing. Yeah, not that it's necessarily a good thing. I'm just saying it is.
It can be.
Well, yeah, it's like that. It's not just like idiocy. It's like,
yeah.
Well, it can be idiocy, but it's, yeah, the defense of freedom, wanting to be responsible for your own self, being autonomous, and all of that. Those things are ideas that are very important to I think us as Americans, people as Americans. Yeah. Okay, so what was I saying? So yeah, I've been watching the UK. They're a lot closer to it, and then there have been even things where the officials are saying, oh, it could happen, but like it'll be only temporary. The government's like, you'll give us all this extra power, but only for a little while.
We'll give it back.
We'll give it right back. Don't worry. It's just like, really, I just like, historically, can you look through history where governments have been given temporary power? There's like nothing more permanent than than temporary power given to a government. Like, they don't rescind that crap just because stuff gets better. Like,
it becomes a new thing that,
yeah.
Oh, well, after this is done. Oh wait, no, there's a new thing.
Yeah, look at what happened to 2 weeks.
Yep.
And flatten the curve. And I understand there was situations happening. I mean, you know, like we have distance, we have worn masks, we have done our things. Okay. Like we're not. So, and then that's the thing too, where I feel very sad that I even have to say, we understand that COVID is real. We understand that COVID is dangerous. We understand that people have died and are still, you know, or if they haven't died, that there are COVID long-term people who are dealing with long-term effects of it and all of that stuff. But we also understand that the vast majority of people get it and get over it with no issues.
Yep. And
so it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you understand both of these things are true. So it's like, how do we move forward? I don't know. I don't honestly know. And that's the thing too, where I don't know what the answer is, but I do not think that it is right to start dividing people even further, creating yet more of an us versus them, creating a new form of elitism, you know, those who have been vaccinated and those who have not.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, now they, you know, people don't need any help feeling superior to other people. And those people, you can see even just like in, you know, when there are people who medically cannot wear a mask and what happens to them. Now, granted, there's a lot of jerks who are just not wearing masks because they're kind of jerks, but like, or for jerky reasons, I don't know. But then, like you have a person who literally cannot wear a mask and then just like the vitriol that comes out. Like I actually do have a friend who literally cannot wear a mask because she has had valley fever and pneumonia. I don't know if you know what valley fever is. It's an extremely serious lung condition and her breathing is still an issue. She cannot wear the mask. She has to have whatever air she can get. And then she's had experiences with people that you just would not believe that, like, I don't know, sometimes I actually almost get concerned for her. So it's like, how do you like do that? And so then she'll, you know, she has to do curbside pickup or whatever, but still the nasty comments of people, everybody feels like they have the right to comment on what you're doing or what, you know, and it's like, if you're so scared, then just get 6 feet away and don't talk to the person who's not wearing the, just don't talk to them. Don't get near them. Like, yeah. I don't know. Sorry. Now I'm getting mad because of my friend, but it's like, I'm having like a whole range of emotions in this video, but, yeah, so I just feel like even more, like if you have some little thing, and then I just like, I start thinking, and I know it's extreme, but a lot of people are kind of drawing extreme parallels. It's definitely not even remotely the same thing, but why don't we all start, you know, the people who have not been vaccinated now, they should have to wear like something on their sleeve, you know, that says, I'm not vaccinated. And then maybe, you know, to keep everybody safe, we put those people in a little area all on their own because we're keeping people safe.
Yep.
And
until you get vaccinated, you have to be segregated.
Yeah. Or, yeah. Oh, now for the greater good, we have to get rid of these people. You know, it has happened before, and I think it cannot ever happen again is the way that history gets repeated, is you think, yeah. Oh, it could never happen again. Anyway.
Yeah, all it takes is a little tweak in the narrative of what's being told to people. And that's why, I mean, this is kind of a form of media, but
yeah,
just pay attention to what's going into your ears, because there's not always good in mind for you with what the news is telling you.
It's creating fear, right? They are creating fear. Now, again, yeah. This is my opinion, but it is my personal belief, very strong belief, that they are creating fear on purpose as a means of earning money for themselves. Yeah. They get clicks because people are afraid. So then they need to hear more from you because they're afraid. But then also, it is definitely in the best interests of whatever powers that be that people are afraid enough that they begin to value security over freedom. And so the second you have a fear, now I'm willing to hand over all of my security to you so that you can make me not be afraid anymore, you know, and that's a lot of what's been going on. But yeah, so I just feel too like whether or not you support the vaccine is also a completely separate issue from the vaccine passport itself. Yeah. And I think people are trying to make it the same issue, and it's not at all. So, yeah.
Yeah. Protection of our personal freedoms, I think, is paramount. And yeah, just the idea of, what are you doing?
What's going on, baby? Why are you throwing fits?
So yeah, it's not about getting a shot. It's about freedoms. So yeah, and the protection of those is very important. So
yeah,
Sage has decided this video is over.
Yeah, so. It's been a while. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, that's kind of our take on it, and I think a lot of people are agreeing with that. Should we say whether or not we've been vaccinated, or would that be like that would be ruining the point. So you just have to wonder, because, right, it's none of your business. It's nobody's business, right? Like what we do or don't do. Yeah. And even, but yeah, that's the whole thing, right? Yeah, because then, like, if you don't get vaccinated, what if there's a medical reason you can't get vaccinated, which I also know some people who physically can't because of certain medical reasons. Then you have to disclose even more medical information, like, to prove that it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's just nuts. So yeah, I guess this is the first time we're ever, kind of offering opinions on stuff like this, and hopefully it's not like, I don't know, like a bad, like I said, I don't think badly of people who think differently from me. We have our views, and I think also too that whole, it's that, like, that question of freedom and security. And I think a lot of times, to say I value freedom above all else is to also be declaring that you feel secure. And in that, we're very blessed to have that feeling. And then there are many people out there who do not have that same feeling. And so they don't feel secure. So to them, security becomes more important than freedom, because it's like, if you need, your next meal, or you need shelter, or you need whatever it is that you need, that you feel you need, you might trade some freedom to get those things. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, we're pretty set on a lot of ways. And so for us, freedom is a huge virtue, but I also don't want to make it sound like I don't also know that other reasons, like, people have reasons for what they think. And that's always what I'm so fascinated by. I don't care always what people think so much, as I'm so much more interested in why people think what they think, because I want to understand another perspective. I want to understand, where is this person coming from? And yeah, so
it's amazing. Sometimes you have an opinion about something and then you get some new information, and suddenly your opinion has changed
completely. Yeah, I'm always open to change my opinion too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always like, opinion's just the lowest, like, it's the lowest, because it's like just so changeable. Like, you can change your opinion left and right any day. So yeah, and who knows, although I don't know, I don't think I'm going to get my opinion changed on this one. Like, this is like a real, that's like a real issue there. That's like, yeah. Anyway, just saying, hopefully nobody feels like condemned or whatever if they feel a different way. That's never how we are. So
yeah.
All right, cool.
Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
In the comments down there.
Yeah. About any of it. Anything. Yeah. So, all right, cool. Then thank you so much for watching, especially if you just watched all the way through the end. That's like really meaningful. I know that this one ended up getting extremely long. And I'm going to have a really fun time rewatching and editing and finding all the things I have to link and all the stuff I have to cut out, because we've had many interruptions actually. And I'm going to have to cut a lot of this video. But anyway, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. We really mean that. See you later. Bye.